What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a really long time since I've posted a video. At least it feels that way. I've missed you and I've missed filming, so I'm excited to do another video. So a little while ago I did have a question on my Instagram page that said ask me anything and I'll answer it in a video. There were some pretty good questions, and so we're gonna go over a few of those today. Alright, one of the first questions we got here is, you bump any Chris Brown in the TRD? Absolutely. I love Chris Brown. Always have, always will. I think he's a bomb artist. Another question we have here is what your estimated total dollar you've put into your build. First of all, I probably shouldn't answer that because my wife does watch these videos, and if she finds out how much I've spent on this thing, I may not have a wife after this. Next question, any regrets on your truck build, and what would you do different? If I were to do something different on the build, I think I would kind of take a step back before I even started and try to figure out exactly what I wanted the build to be or what I wanted to do with the truck. When I first started, I did want like an overland build. I thought it'd be really cool to do a lot of camping and have everything with me all the time. And as I've built it further, I just realized that I just don't have the time. I could probably make more time, but we just don't camp that often. And it is nice to have the tent and everything. And so as I started to build it as an overland build, it slowly started to turn more into like a everyday off-road, like weekend warrior truck instead of a full-time camp and overland truck. And so I have had to change the way my build is and change parts twice or multiple times because of that. So that's what I would change, is that I would evaluate what you want to do with your truck and what you really want it for, and then build it according to that. Next question says details on the roof rack, like the brand of roof rack. So let's go take a look. So roof rack is a Prinsu Designs roof rack. Absolutely love it. I do have the matching top rack on the back. I wouldn't change those at all. I've loved the functionality of them so much. I do have a full video on all the details of the Prinsu rack and everything that I'll link in the description below. They only make the cab rack and a rack for the access cab, I believe. I think those are the only two racks they make for it. And of course the top rack for the short bed and possibly the long bed. I don't know, I haven't checked because I don't have a long bed.
Figure that all out on your own, did you?
It's getting a little windy out here. I didn't realize it was gonna be like this. Anyway, another question. Any plans on selling your Tacoma? No. I have thought about getting a new 3rd gen. I think that'd be really fun to have a new truck with the new technology and everything. But, holy fetch!
This out now, a giant dust storm moved through southeastern Arizona yesterday.
All right, now that we were rudely interrupted by the wind and the dust, no, I don't think I ever will sell the Tacoma. Like I said, I've looked at other newer ones. I do think it'd be really fun to do different kinds of builds, but for just the amount of stuff that I have in this, I don't know if a 3rd gen Tacoma would be that much better than this, and especially starting over because I have put so much time and money and effort into the Tacoma, the 1st gen. I just don't know if it would be that much better. And I mean, maybe eventually I will step up to a newer one to kind of like a daily driver or whatever, and then at that point this one would just be a full-time off-road and camp rig, which I do plan on that in the future. But as of right now, Timmy's here to stay. Another question is, what's your favorite thing on your Tacoma? That is a very loaded question because I absolutely love everything that I've put onto this truck. So to pinpoint one thing is very difficult, but to say a few things, I love the armor. I think the bumpers make this truck look freaking amazing. I do love the headlights. Huge game changer when it comes to like visibility and light output. The retrofits and the projectors are just so bright. I wish I would have done that sooner. I mean, general lift I love the suspension on this truck. It rides really nice, it flexes really well, very comfortable on and off-road. So yeah, just a few things, but to pinpoint one thing, I don't think I could do that. Another question, what would you have done differently on your current build? I kind of touched on this earlier, but yeah, just figure out what you want to do with your truck before you start, so that you're not replacing parts that you've already put on. And when I first started, I was on a budget, and I still am, but I did budget parts that I have now replaced with more expensive parts that I wanted from the beginning. And so that would be other word of advice, is that if you can't afford something you truly want right now, then I would wait. It's not worth putting in budget parts to spend the extra money to have something now. I would just wait until you have the money to buy exactly what you want, because in the end you're going to end up buying what you want anyways, and then you wouldn't have had to pay for the more budget stuff at the beginning. So that is also what I would have done differently. This question, it says, who is your favorite brother-in-law or companion? All of them. Okay, what mod do you recommend for optimal cooling on the First Gen Tacoma? I think transmission coolers are really good. I don't have anything other than the stock radiator. I did replace that probably a year ago. It's never really given me any problems. I probably will do a transmission cooler in the future, but as for right now, I don't know. What's your favorite sex position?
What?
So this question is about the headlights. It says, are the turbines just the bulb or the entire headlight enclosure? So with the retrofits, you kind of have your projector, right? And the turbine shroud is kind of like this housing that covers all of the stuff inside the projector. And so it's just a cover to cover everything up, and then you can either do halos on the front of the shroud or in the rear of the shroud, depending on whatever you like. So I'll show you this up closer. I turned them on. There itself is the projector. The shroud is this cover, this black piece, covers all the internals, and I opted to have a halo behind the shroud, and so this is all clear plastic there, so that the light actually comes through the shroud at the front. And then there is a front halo on top of the shroud that you don't have to do that either. But like I said before, retrofit headlights, major game changer when it comes to lighting and output on this truck. The old halogen headlights were basically candles compared to these. So I'd highly recommend doing that. So this question refers to the grill. So what grill lights do you have? The actual grill itself, the whole thing, is a direct replacement from Taco Vinyl. It's their Raptor Grill. They also have a Pro Grill that I think is pretty cool. I opted for the Raptor Grill because I didn't see anyone that had one beforehand. So the grill lights are actually built in to the grill. If I can get this to show you. So all of this is part of the grill. And so these are installed in the grill. They're not the snap-in kind like some of the Pro Grills have. You can change out. Those ones are just built into it. But yeah, there's a close-up of the Raptor Grill. I think it looks freaking sweet. This question says, does your Tacoma have the infamous lean? It did. I've done a few things to combat it. Let's go look back here. Timmy gave me permission to show you his butt. So here's the truck. Right now it doesn't lean. Sometimes, depending on the surface you're parked on, it does look like it leans still a little bit, but not nearly as bad as most. The few things that I've done to combat that, obviously the full-size spare tire goes on the right side. That helps. Put more weight on that side to kind of bring it down. The front coil over on the driver's side is set one preload higher than the passenger side. That also helps kind of bring the driver's side up a little bit. And in the bed here, I will be doing a video on this more as I kind of get it finalized and stuff, but I have chosen to put my fridge on this side, and that helps just kind of put more weight over here to kind of help with the lean anyways, that's all on the right side as well. I will do a video later on once I start getting everything finished up back here about this, so stay tuned for that. So since this question came up more than once, I guess I better address it, and that is, how much have you spent on the build? It's a really common question I get a lot, and so I finally took the time to build a spreadsheet that shows the cost of every part that I have on this truck. All right, so I have the spreadsheet pulled up here. What I've done here is I've just kind of gone through all of the things that I've put on my truck, just like add-ons. This isn't any maintenance, not what I paid for the truck. This isn't even really what I paid for these parts. I did pay for some of the parts. Some of them have been sponsors, some of them have been heavily discounted. Prices of some of the things have gone up since I've purchased them, so this is all value as of today if you went and bought all the parts that I have right now. So right over here, suspension, Bilstein 6112s. I do have a 650 pound coil on there. SPC upper control arms to get all the adjustability for camber and caster for your alignment. The All Pro Expedition leaf springs. I did buy the kit that came with the leaf springs, the bushings, and it came with longer shocks and brake lines. I did go ahead and get extended shackles. I did get the 4-inch shackle. It's a 3.5-inch shackle from factory, and then I grabbed the Wheeler's bump stops. So suspension just right under $3,000 for what I have right now. Wheels and tires, I do have the SSW off-road bronze Raptors. They'd cost you about $11.25. And then Falcon AT3Ws is what I'm running as a tire. It's a 33-inch, and they were about $1,500 for all 5. Roof rack, Princey roof rack, mentioned that before. Cab top rack, and then I just put the shell in here. I did find the shell on Facebook Marketplace and traded my soft top for it, so I'm just estimating that that's how much it would be. And there are some estimates here in armor, like the CBI front and rear bumper. I don't know exactly how much they retailed for. I did get them after they had already been discontinued, so I'm guessing at the time that I purchased them, these were about as much as they said they would sell them for. So and there's different options out there for bumpers and stuff. Rear bumpers with swing outs usually run you about $3,000, so that's kind of where I got the estimation. The rock sliders were $405. Headlights or lighting, retrofits like mine will usually run you about $690. That's what I priced them out at. The Alibabas I have up on top, $210 for all of them. I don't think that includes shipping from Alibaba. I didn't have any shipping from Alibaba because I bought them from someone here locally. I do have some Diode Dynamics SS1s on a spindle light kit from Snowbound Customs, so they're on there. My current ditch light setup, I did change to a Morimoto 4-banger, and they're awesome. Really expensive though. Chase lights were just Amazon specials. Rock lights, I do have a rock light kit of 8 lights, so that's on there. And then the spindle light brackets, I think were about $100. And then miscellaneous stuff that didn't really know what else to categorize. The Taco Vinyl grill, the seat jackers, those are like the things on the inside. I do have a full video of that. They raise the front of the seat, add a huge amount of comfort, so I'd recommend checking that out. The aux beam switch panel that I have all my lighting and accessories on. And then ditch light brackets are from CBI. They still sell those as well, so they're $62. And then the full set of WeatherTech floor mats that I have in the truck. So with everything there, I may have forgot something. I think that's everything. The total is $15,457, and that's what it would cost to kind of add everything that my truck has to yours with current pricing. So I do hope this video was helpful. It was really fun answering some of the questions that you guys had. I don't know, I hope it helps kind of get an idea of everything that's on the truck and what it would cost to build one similar. I know that it wasn't much help because some of you asked how much I've spent on the truck, and I'd have to go through and figure it out. I just thought it was easier if I could get an estimate of overall how much it would be for someone who didn't have a bunch of sponsors or didn't get stuff for free or trade if they wanted to build a similar truck. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next video.